Hello, Dux Eik here. So today's video is going to be a three-part that I'm trying to do just in the one video, and it has to do with a manipulation, control, polearm attack, um, and so here we go. So the first important thing to understand how to do is how to use a rotational two hands on a haft cutting motion to generate power. So basically what I want you to do is I want you to go into like this guard, right? Okay? You know, sometimes we do this. In general, I'm not saying we're going to do this guard. This is kind of a half of a guard, but I want you to go to this position because the katas will put you transitionally through that. So for just the cutting portion, right, we go to here, and then the right hand, the primary hand, rotates up, and then as that's going on, the left hand becomes the bottom hand, and we strike, right? So from here, we're just doing that. Right? Over here, bang. That's the cut. Okay? So then we go to the simple kata. I've got my polearm here, and I'm going to go with the right foot forward, right hand high guard, and as I step, I grab this my opponent's polearm and I push down, and then I get into that rotational cutting position and I hit them. Okay, so we're using that bottom part of that haft. Boom. Okay. To get our opponent's polearm out of our way, manipulate it down, and then hit them. Okay? Now, the hard part about doing that as an application kata, as opposed to just a practicing technique kata, is that when we advance to our opponent with that left foot passing step to try to grab it, any but the most novice polearm fighter is going to back out of the way and then disallow that grab, okay? Or they're immediately going to cut, right? Now if they cut, you come across, right? If they step back, you can go into a thrust with a butt spike. But first we need to practice that step, rotate, cut, okay? And then from the skills technique practice kata, I'm starting to think that I'm going to do a polearm abandon cut here, okay, to get their block to move to the polearm block position. Okay, that's about as good as I can do right now, right? So I cut only to about here, they go to there, and then I'm immediately coming up to here and then cutting. The bike rack isn't working that great. But basically, the idea being cut, comes over there, then they cut, okay? So I go from just the skills technique to practice to an abandon cut so that I'm controlling their weapon by doing the abandon. So I'm not trying to hit them, I'm not here. I'm just here and coming across and hitting. Okay? Hope that made some sense. This is a relatively advanced technique and one that you need to practice both on the pels, but then also doing slow work with a partner, and then attack defense drills with a partner, and then try it out in sparring or whatever you want. Have fun. Thanks.